Hello everyone. So today let us take a look at not really a question but something that I thought I'll probably share with all of you, especially for Jira administrators. Now in Jira, of course, we have this option, not really an option, but a very good feature to create dashboards, which is fine. But more than dashboards, more than visual way to report on things, people rely on filters. Now filter is nothing but a saved query. So if you go to your issue navigator, I don't know why on Jira Cloud this issue navigator is not really very prominent, but we have this issue navigator. If you go to this issue navigator, you can take a look at these filters. Now the problem is that by default, not a problem, but something that you need to be aware of. By default, the filters that your users would create would be private. So this is not really a massive problem. It is not really a problem, but it is something that is a bit annoying because it happens all the time, literally all the time, because I spend a lot of time working with people who create wonderful dashboards and they create different filters. I mean, you can always create different filters to like narrow down different things. Let us say you want to report on something, let us say some issue status, and you want to further focus on blocked ones that are waiting for approval, and you want to show them on a somewhere on the dashboard. So you would basically create different filters. Now the problem with the filter is that you need to share the filter, and not many people, people might know how to do it. They know how to do it, but they always forget. I always forget to share the filters because I keep on writing these filters. But when it comes to sharing it is a bit annoying here because you have to click on details, then you have to go to edit permission, and then you have to edit it. Now the problem can be solved, but you have to basically agree as your organization. I believe there's no harm in keeping it as because there is a default user preference where you can configure it to be not private, because even if the filter is private, or even if the filter is not private, it is like shared with everyone. By default it is open for everyone to access. The issues will be returned based on the person who is looking at the filter or the dashboard. So if I share this filter with someone, and if that someone has no access to SSP project, they won't be able to see the issues at all based on the scope. But you can also rely on the issue security scheme, right? So I think there is no harm in making it not private. Let me show you. What we can do is we can go to not issue system. I keep on shuffling between Jira Data Center and Jira Cloud. So this is, I don't know why it is different, but anyways, let us go to system, and I know it is a default user preference. So if you look here, you have the option called default sharing for filters and dashboards. Let us click on edit default values, and we can keep it as public, which is something that you may want to consider. But of course, if you're on, it depends. I guess if we now go and create a new, if you're on data center, then of course, it should be okay. Let me just search for something. Okay. I don't know what to search, but let us say all the issue type is equal to all the task, right? Let us search for it. Come on. Not 426. I have 426 tasks. Quite a lot of tasks in my case. Anyways, let me save it and just task and submit. And if you now look at the details will show you that the filter is now available to any logged in user. So you can think of doing it. I don't really see any harm. What could go wrong? Because you are anyways using permissions. What I think should happen is when you provision new project creation, when you create a new project, always, based on my experience, keep the projects by default private. So maybe have a permission scheme. Keep it private. And of course, it really depends, not always for all the situations, but there's no harm in keeping it as private, because then you will keep on growing it. So have like a role-based approach and let your project managers add people to that particular project, because when you have like default private permissions on the project, then as a Jira admin, you would do less work, and you will, of course, be assured that by default everything is private. And if someone needs to share something to someone, if they need to add people to those projects, they can do that, right? But of course, also keep one more permission scheme, which is like for open, for every, like not really for everyone, but people who, or basically any project using that particular permission scheme. On Jira Data Center, these things are quite straightforward because you can just, copy. I mean, you can also do that. I mean, copy the templates, like shared configurations. You can also create a new project using script runner, using these templates. You can also provision it automatically using your service desk. But on cloud as well, you can do that using automation rules. There are a lot of ways of doing it. And yeah, that is it. So filters, default, sharing options. Now you know how to open them. All right, that is it. That is it for today. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new. Thank you very much. Bye bye.